Yes, students, in the previous lecture, we studied the poem Know Then Thyself. Hope you have gone through the poem and understood the advice that the poet wants to give to man. Okay? Now we have some vocabulary exercises in the book. First of all, we have an exercise on phonetic transcription of the words that we have learned in the poem. Okay? You have already learned about phonetic transcription in your previous class, and you are quite aware as to how the words are spoken accurately and about the symbols that are assigned to different sounds. So, we can take up the words that we have learnt in the poem. So, the words before us are, first of all, we have pressure. The word before us is pressure. We know that we have to write the transcribed word in slanting lines. We have already learned. Pressure. Here, double S. For double S, the sound allotted to us is sh, the sound of sh. And we know the symbol that is allotted to sound sh. And R is silent here. Okay? And we pronounce this word pressure. Then we have proper. R is again silent. Then we have skeptic. This is simple. You can write skeptic. Then we have beat, the sound of E. Beat. Sound of A. That is A. Reason is simple. Passion again, the sound of A and sh. Glory. This is also simply transcribed. These were the words that we learnt in the poem. Now we have some antonyms. Antonyms are the words, opposite words. First of all, we have fall. The opposite of fall is rise. Proper, improper. Dark is light. Wise, the antonym of wise is foolish. Ignorance, one who doesn't know much. And the opposite of this is wisdom, one who knows a lot, wise person. Then rise is fall. Truth is lie. And truth means falsehood. Okay? And rude. Then rude, the opposite or the antonym of rude is polite. Now we have synonyms. Words having the same meaning. Okay? Synonyms. Rude. First of all, we have rude. A person who is rude is called impolite. Great is grand. Pride is vanity. Doubt is suspicion. Prey is victim. Glory is grandeur. Jest is mockery. When we mock at something, jest is mockery. Riddle is a puzzle which cannot be solved. These were some of the antonyms and synonyms that are there in your text. Then we have some very short answer questions related to the poem. We can take up these questions one by one. First of all, the question before us is, who has written the poem Know Then Thyself? We all know, we have already done the poem. We all know that this poem, Know Then Thyself, is written by great poet Alexander Pope. Okay, this type of short questions you can learn in order to understand the poem in a better way. Which position does man occupy? The position is between animal and God. Man's position is between animal and God. He is neither animal nor God. What is literary device used in the words darkly wise? We had already done in the poem that the literary device used in the poem is paradox. Paradox, we can say, is the literary device used here. Who is the glory, jest, and riddle of the world? We know it is man. Who calls himself the great Lord of all things? Who considers himself the great Lord of all things? It is man, we know. Why does the poet call man rudely great? Man is rudely great because he is arrogant of his achievements. Man, he is quite proud, quite arrogant that he has done this, he has done that. Why cannot man be a stoic? Stoic, we already know who is a stoic. One who is indifferent to pain or sufferings. Man cannot be a stoic because he is weak. Then we have, how does man hang between? Hang between what to do and what not to do. Whether he should act or he should take rest. In these two things he hangs. What is man's doubt about his body and mind? He cannot decide whether he should prefer his mind or body. Okay? He always remains in doubt. Why is man always confused? Why is man a confused being? We have already read. Man is a confused being because he is a strange mixture of feelings in his mind. He has got strange mixture of feelings. What should he do? What he should not do? He always is in a fix. How is man created half to rise and half to fall? He can rise as well as fall in his life. Okay? He can be wise or he can be foolish. How is man the glory of the world? He is the glory of the world because he is the supreme creation of God. He has so much potential that he can do wonders in the world. Okay? That means man is called the glory of the world. How is man the riddle of the world? Riddle is, we have already read, riddle is puzzle. He is the riddle of the world because no one can know his true nature. Man himself doesn't know his true nature. He is always in a fix what to do and what not to do. Okay? Who according to Pope is a prey to all? Man. What is Pope's conclusion about man? The conclusion is man is the glory, the jest and riddle of the world. What is Pope's advice to man? Pope's advice to man is man should not try to scan God. He should study himself. He should try to know what he is. Okay? What poetic device has been used in the line, great Lord of all things, yet a prey to all? We have already done this. This is a paradox. What is the rhyme scheme of the poem? The poem has been written in rhyming couplets. Okay? What are rhyming couplets? In a rhyming couplet, the last word of the first line rhymes with the last word of the second. Okay? For example, scan, man, state, great, etc. Okay? These were the short questions about the poem. Now we have some more short questions like what is a paradox? Okay? What is a paradox? A paradox is a statement, we have learned this. A paradox is a statement that seems self-contradictory or absurd. When we read a paradox, it seems self-contradictory, but in reality expresses a possible truth. Okay? For example, the poet says that man is the lord of all things, yet he is a prey to all. This type of statement is called a paradoxical statement. Now, how is man stuck between an angel and an animal? This question we have before us is, how is man stuck between an angel and an animal? Because he is great as well as mean. That is why he is stuck between an angel and an animal. Why is it that man cannot be stoic? Stoics are those who are indifferent to both happiness and sufferings. But man is full of weaknesses. Because of these weaknesses, he cannot develop the stoic's attitude. Okay? How is man a confused being? Man is a confused being because he is full of reason as well as ignorance. What are the doubts that trouble man? The doubts that trouble man. The doubts that trouble man are like whether he should consider himself a god or beast, where does he stand, what position does he occupy, is he a god or an animal. Explain the glory, jest and the riddle of the world. This is an important question. The poet says that man is the supreme creation of God. He is above all other creatures. So he is the glory of the world. But he remains confused and cannot decide what to do. So he is a jest of the world. Man's life is a riddle because no one has been able to understand man fully. So we know how man is the glory, jest and the riddle of the world. Okay. This type of questions we had, short questions. Now we can learn the theme of the poem. Okay, we have to learn what does the poet want to say in the poem, how does he advise man. Okay, then we can have a question, how is the man the glory, jest and riddle of the world. Okay, then a question on paradox, what is the paradox, and instances of paradox in the poem. And then we can have a question as to how is man a chaos of thought and passion. Chaos of thought and passion, because he is a mixture of thoughts and feelings. Then what is Pope's advice to man in the poem? Okay, advice. This type of questions we can have on this poem. Hope now you will be able to learn these questions and know and write about such type of questions about the poem. Thank you.